Welcome back to the KMTRADERS channel. We are looking at gold. We're going to look at the new month for this pair. As we can just look back into the May, we can see that we're on the monthly candle time frame, but we can see how we have this bullish engulfing candle, if you can see. So I'll just get rid of the analysis for a second. So this area here is showing that we have overtaken the momentum from the sellers, and in particular last month we started to get the uprise again, so the buyers have come into play. So that can have an immediate effect on the psychology for this month. So let's just take it down on a weekly time frame and see how price has actually taken forth. So on the weekly, we've been trending upwards for this past since August 18th, 2018. So we've been all the way up, still in the momentum. We then started to take the downside as of February, from taking that key level point here at 1324. But I do believe that we've now started to switch that momentum as of this key zone here in the yellow box here. So this region was the prime entry point for us to get back in and switch the momentum to the upside. So just by looking at the daily, we can see that this downtrend that we formed had been broken twice. So we get the false blip, so we get the false breakout one time, and then the second time, and then the third time was more than enough for it to close way above, and has sparked the buyers to come in to take over. So let's just take it down just one further down, see what actually happened towards our key levels. So I'm just going to get rid of these drawings. So as we can see that we've finally broke away from the trend line, and we fully closed strong above. The other conditions that we can see as well is that the EMAs have just switched over. As of that, we've just reached oversold conditions. So combining these two conditions, we could potentially see a retest at one of the levels. So if price is able to get to here, this could be the over exhaustion point, or it could be at the month key level point as well. However, the most likely point of retest would be here. The reason why is because we already had a retest at this level here, just as price went up, down, and up. Here shown as the green candle went up and then the red candle went down. That would be the form of a retest. So I would be expecting the retest to come at that level here at 1295. So I'll show you on the hourly, see if we can see it a little bit better. So the purple line, this would be the other part of a trend line that I've drawn. Oh, sorry, this is an overextension trend line. So the absolute pinpoint pin bar rejection that we got here at 1295, we can see that we got 3 rejections. So there was a lot of there was 3 sensitivity points here. So as we can see here, so this would give me the good indication that we could see a good retest here. And look at the oversold conditions that we are as of now on the hourly. So would not be surprised if price was to come down and fall quite substantially to this point. So I'll be looking for some sort of retest before we continue the upside. The precision point would be from here, somewhere along this region here. And like I said, we're looking for the correct momentum and the correct confirmation candles before we can signify that this trade is going for the long. So before we do any of this, we need to make sure that our trading strategy, we know what we're doing, and like I said, we need to make sure that your risk is also in check, and you know what you're doing before you start trading blindly. So for me, I will personally gonna wait for price to show its hands first, let the market show what we're doing first before I make the perfect entry. So let me just take it further back, see where our likelihood. So if price, so another way that we could capitalize from this, just by looking at this as well, is waiting for the price to get towards the trend line that we have here, the overextended trend line. That would be a very good way to capitalize from this trade as well. So price would come up to here, potentially do some sort of retest, and then the confirmation downwards, breaking that structure, and then that would be the trade like that, something exactly like that. But we need to wait for that confirmation trade as well, the confirmation candle, and making sure that all the confluences are lined up correctly before we can make the ultimate decision to short this pair. So we'll be looking for the right change in momentum by looking at the price action, seeing what levels do stand out, if we do get any confirmations, if we do get any rejections that are important for us, and gives us a little clue along the way before we make our final decision and the entry point. What I would advise for everyone is to make sure that they do understand, if you're just starting out to learn about trading, is to backtest all your trades and get your strategy to the fine pin, to the sorry my words, to the absolute precision where you need it, so that the accuracy is faultless. That is when you'll start to see results, and you need to start applying this a bit more. So in real time trading, in order to get the proper benefit and the psychology behind the trading skill set. So we'll see how gold plays out for this week. And just to recap, we'll either see price reach all the way up to this yellow trend line that we have here, either reject it. I do believe it will reject it due to price action reaching the oversold conditions on the 4 hourly, which is quite evident that we will see reversal at some point. We'll wait for some sort of confirmation candle before we enter the short. Furthermore, we could also see if price was to come back down and fail to test this level, we could wait for price to come back to this key level at 1295, and see if the price can withstand that level and buyers can get in to retest it higher. So we'll see what happens next week, and we'll do another video like this just to see how it all plays out. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.